up, everybody, and welcome to the last edition of Football Fan Talk for the 2021-2022 season. I'm your host, Big G.
It's the Raider Mike.
What's up? This is Big Shane up in the house.
What's up, everybody?
The young architect.
All right. So, season's over, y'all. We have Super Bowl champ, you know what I mean? The Rams took it, and my man, Big Shan, he got the closest score. So, he got the last game on us, So, the final crown goes to the man with the tilted Raider cap, young Shanny. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
you got to catch up.
You got some words to say about your victory, man?
Got a lot of catching up to do, though.
I was just going to say, if it would, if Stafford hadn't been Stafford, man, you know what I mean, we probably would have got, probably would have been 20 to 20, 31, like I said, man.
It'd have been 34 if Odell wouldn't have got hurt.
Because Donaldson, he did his thing, man. They ain't gave him credit, though.
Donald.
All right, we getting into that, y'all. Y'all jumping the gun. A little premature ejaculation going on right now, man. We about to get on into it. Yeah, we're going to break this game down. You know what I mean? It's the final little game of the season. So, young architect, we let you go first, man. Break down this here Super Bowl.
Man, hell of a game, man. It really did come down to the wire. Eli Apple sold the hell out of it. But realistically, I think it wouldn't have been as close had Odell not got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on a roll. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. That Bengals offense was going off. We all saw Jamar Chase burn Jalen Ramsey deep for that one pass. We had another missed call on T. Higgins, that face mask.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey, for him being the number best corner in the league, man, Jamar Chase was kind of making it look easy anytime he was targeted. You know what I mean? Maybe he got under Jalen's skin just a little bit or something, but, I think all in all, Joe Burrow, in the beginning, he did look kind of scared. But I think as the game went on, he kind of settled in a little bit more, got a little bit more comfortable with things. Matt Stafford, he proved that, those 2 first-round picks that they gave up to get him, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? When they needed him, he stepped up. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Donald, hell of a game. Cooper Kupp, hell of a game. All around, both teams played really well, man. Not much I could say about this game, man, other than it was a good football game. Probably one of the more entertaining Super Bowls that I've seen in a while. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice little breakdown. Young architect. Raider Mike, what you think about that there, man?
Oh, it was a good game. They had the new fearsome foursome on that front, that defensive line, the lining tap. They knocked the lining out of them tap. That's what I'm saying. Aaron Donald, what's his name? Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, and get Greg Gaines, whatever. They was coming the whole game. And I just knew it was just a matter of time, like I told you. And I was like I said I was going to do when we got on here. I told you so, that the Rams was going to win. Because I said that front 4 was going to heat up and they was going to be going quarterback hunting. And towards the end of that game, they really got heat up. There was a lot of pressure on Burrow. But Joe Burrow, I'll give him credit for being the young quarterback. He didn't panic. He didn't throw any picks. He didn't make any mistakes. He just was sacked. And that was going to happen. Like I said, we knew he was going to get sacked 7 times. I think, I don't know how many I said, but I think I said 6, but they got 7. But all in all, was a great game, but somebody had to lose. Unfortunately, I had to lose my little squares on that game. It's either the Rams score that touchdown, and if they don't score that touchdown and they lose, I get $200 on the square, Gregory. But since they got the touchdown, it was nothing. I said, except for my prediction of the game, which is I knew they were going to win that game. And Matt Stafford played a good game. He threw 2 picks, but the second pick, that wide receivers should have caught that ball. And the first one, that was like a punt. He shouldn't have threw that one because he didn't throw. He underthrew the ball. He underthrew that ball. So I think he was a little jittery at the beginning of the game himself. And then he kind of, he settled in and then he started playing some ball. And Cooper Kupp, what can you say about Cooper Kupp? Man, it's good. I didn't know he was that good. I really don't watch the Rams that much, but I just started watching him. Shoot, that's the new Steve Largent, 5.0. But anyway, that's all I got to say. That's the new Steve Largent.
I see. And Shanny, what you think, man? What you got for us?
I mean, I think I said it last week where I was like, you know what, the Rams should win this game unless they beat themselves, and like Stafford threw that pick, he wants to go deep, and it's just like, just do some check downs, just move the ball down the field, man. And that's kind of what they did the second half. And I think the Bengals messed up, man, when Donald did his job and just politely pushed that man out of bounds like he should have.
That wasn't polite, but go ahead.
It wasn't enough for the whole Bengals offensive line to come over there and start a fight with him. And you see what the end result was. They just riled that man up. And he was just like, okay, that's fair. We'll keep it on the field though. You guys want to gang at me? Okay, I'm gonna take it where it counts and whatnot. And to me, he should have been the MVP, you know what I mean? Because he kept that defensive going. But I don't know why he didn't get it, because that's all they was talking about all season was Donald. And Cooper Kupp, yeah, he's got some stats and whatnot, but if it wasn't for that defense, man, they wouldn't have been in that game, man, because it's hard to overcome 2 picks and then a erroneous little face mask call that they did, in favor of the Bengals. So, but at the end of the day, they won. You know what I mean? And it was, for me, it was like, look, man, there's too many veterans on that team. It's in their hometown. They're the second time that the hosting city has their team in the Super Bowl. So for Stafford, it was now or never. For Von Miller, for all their veterans, it was now or never. So, I don't think they're going to have that same team coming back next year, for the Bengals. We'll be in the playoffs again.
Okay. Nice little breakdown. Me, myself, I think both teams played solid. You know what I mean? I wasn't overwhelmed by either team. You know what I mean? The Rams, if you listen to all the rhetoric going up to the week, the Rams is supposed to blow the Bengals out. Now, we knew that wasn't going to happen. At least that's the way I felt. But I was just like, if the Rams D-line do what they're supposed to do, they'll win the game. And they did. They sacked the man 7 times. You know what I'm saying? Sacked him 7 times, and then the Bengals still only lost by 3 with a chance to come back at the end of the game and tie it with a field goal. So, and just look at it. Look at the teams, the star power of both teams, man. The Rams got stars all over the place. D-line, secondary, quarterback, receiver. You know what I mean? The Bengals are like little young cats, just like, we're happy to be here. You know what I mean? And Joe Burrow, contrary to what you said, G, you said like the reverse of what I think. I think as the game went on, that's when he started getting jittery. You said like he was jittery and then he settled in a little bit. Mm-hmm. This was the first time to me I ever seen him have happy feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Giants defensive line, how they had Tom Brady tap dancing. You know what I mean? When they're in the Super Bowls when Strahan them. Mm-hmm. It's the only time you really see Tom Brady do the little 1-2 step. Burrow, boy, this is the first time I looked in his eyes and I saw he was just like, man, they own me, dog. They own me. So, I think the Bengals, they will be contenders. But let's not forget Dan Marino. He went to the Super Bowl his second year, and everybody was like, it's the first of many to come. He's going to be back here again and again and again. And he had Mark Duper and Clayton, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Clayton and Duper. So he had weapons, but
he had no defensive weapons.
Yeah, exactly. He couldn't get back. Although the Bengals do have a nice little opportunistic defense. So they'll be back. You know what I mean? Stafford had a very pedestrian game. He only threw for 283, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Burrow, very pedestrian, 263, 1 touchdown. No interceptions, though. For getting sacked 7 times, no interceptions. That's pretty good, man. You know, and Cooper Cup, that last drive got him the MVP, man. You know what I mean? And that phantom pass interference, but you know, we'll go in on that. But
Well, that was
overall,
the whole penalty, not the pass interference. The
yeah,
pass interference one was legit.
yeah, phantom hole penalty to me
Yeah, the
because
whole one with the linebacker.
yeah, he did not pull his jersey. You know,
Yeah.
he was within 5 yards. You know what I mean? I don't think you call that at that moment, you know.
But it's making up.
A little bit of home cooking, you know what I mean?
Hey, Burrows look shook. I think Stafford looks shook too, man. Like usually he's like, let's go, you know, but that second half, he was just kind of like,
But money
Well, I don't
time.
think he looked
That
shook.
last
He
drive.
didn't hit the ground though, like what's his name did.
That's what I'm saying. He hit the ground, and plus on that last drive, it was money time. He was putting it on the money to Cup.
Right.
You know, that's when it really count.
He started playing better when he started taking what the defense gave him.
Yeah.
That's when he started playing better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
That's when he started playing.
Exactly. You know, so let's go on to the next elephant in the room. ODB.
OBJ.
Odell, that's what I said. Oh, dirty bastard. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, that was the setup, G. You got me last time, you got me this time. Come on, bro. You got to play the game. We're on television, man. TV.
Said, baby, I
Come on, man.
Oh.
We gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Odell Beckham Jr., man. You know, hey, what do you guys think about this, man? You know, Shan, what you think about his performance, the injury, the whole little thing, legacy, whatever you want to say on it?
I mean, man, he's solid. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, him and Coach Cooper Kupp showed that, like, you know, Stafford needs a playmaker receiver to make him look good. You know what I mean? Because some of his passes were, like, just in the area. If you got Kupp, you got Odell, they're going to make it happen and whatnot. But as far as his legacy, man, now it's going to be a question of whether or not he could be healthy. You know, and I think that's going to have a lot to do with it because he's coming off of, what is it, the Achilles heel injury?
ACL.
And then what before that, you know what I mean? So, like, he's prone with these injuries, but now he's shown that he's a winner. He could come back from him, but it's going to be a question of, like, is he going to be healthy for the whole season? If he's healthy for the whole season, you're gonna see some incredible shit. You know what I mean? And is it a 1-year contract or a 2-year contract?
He's a free agent this year.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because, like, they got a lot of paid veterans on there. I don't know where they at with their salary cap and whatnot, you know. And then in this game, what was the injury? It was his knee, right?
Same knee that he tore.
I think it's going to be the same ACL, maybe.
Yeah. So, man, I don't, you know, I mean, he's somewhat young, so I hope he got the energy and got the bounce back, and they got the technology. They can rebuild him. You know what I mean? But are the Rams going to be able to take that bet on him?
Okay.
For a pay cut.
All right. Raider Mike, you talking to what you think?
Well, I was really happy to see him play the way he's capable of playing, because they was all saying the old deep, saying he can't play no more, or he ain't the same player. His problem was when he went to Cleveland. It was Cleveland. It was Baker Mayfield. It was not OBJ. It was not him. We know that. And I was just glad. I like the emotions that he played with when he got hurt. I felt bad for him though. I really did, because if they would have lost that game, he was on the sideline crying. And then what really made me good, when they won that game, he's crying again, because, he played his ass off. For that first half that he played, he had 52 yards, 2 catches, and a touchdown, and the first touchdown of the game. I just think that he's the same player that he once was. It's just that he had to be on the right team, right system, and this team and the system fits him. Sean McVay knew how to use him. And I think that if he can come back healthy, I think the Rams will sign him. He'll take a pay cut to come back for another year. I'm pretty sure he will, but I was just inspired by really watching him play football the way we're accustomed to seeing him playing. He was happy. He was energetic. He was doing his thing. And
Yeah.
that injury just kind of cut him short of the game. I think if he would have played the second half, he would have easily went over 100 yards, and I think he would have got that MVP.
It's possible.
It's possible unless they didn't want to give it to him for some BS,
Yeah.
because he had 52 yards and 2 catches.
He
And
was
nobody was even close to guarding the man. So I tip my cap to him, and I just hope that he continues to play and have much success. And if the Rams pick him up, or if they don't, he can go somewhere else and help another team get to the Super Bowl. So that's all I got to say about it.
Okay. All right.
he was
Well,
definitely game plan though.
well, I don't know, man. It's sad to me because I think he's a top-notch receiver. He's an elite receiver when healthy. You know what I mean? But just his health history, 2017, he had ankle injuries. 2018, bruised quad, missed 4 games. 2019, groin injury. 2020, you know what I mean? He had a core injury. And then 2020 also, that's when he tore his ACL. And it looks like he may have torn the same ACL again. So the cat's only 29 also. And it's just like, how much more can the body take? I mean, if he's a dedicated athlete and all that, he'll come back and he'll be okay. I don't think he'll ever be an elite receiver. You know what I mean? He could be real good. He could be more than serviceable. He won't be average. I think he could be better than 65 to 70% of wide receivers in the NFL, but he'll never be that top 30%. You know what I mean? Like DeAndre Hopkins type. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he was until he got the end. He was.
Was. I'm talking about now. You know what I mean? Two torn ACLs, bro. Come on, man. In professional,
Adrian Peterson tore his, and he came back and went for 2,000.
He tore his once, right?
Yeah, but still, that's still.
I said two torn ACLs,
well,
and they go into Germany to get a cadaver wrap. You know what I mean? And they wrapping it with dead people's ACLs, and then they also rumor is they do a little animal wrap too, man. They might be doing a little monkey tendon wrap on there or something, but it's like they're wrapping it twice. They're doing all kind of stuff. There's advancements, but Odell is a fast twitch receiver. He's in the cuts, he's out of cuts. That could lead to injury. You know what I mean? He's not like Randy Moss, straightaway runner. You know what I'm saying? You run his 4.3, run by you, and he's taller than you and more athletic than you. Boom. You know what I mean? Odell is like, let me run, do a slant, get in the cut, and I'm coming this way, coming out. He's in and out of cuts. So he's always going to be on that ACL. You're going to be putting pressure on him.
You have to change the way he played the game.
He can. I mean, I hope he does. I'm pulling for him, but I'm saying it's just going to be hard. You know what I mean? People have these expectations of athletes to be a certain way, man. And then when they're not, people are disappointed. I'd rather be the other way around. Just like not expect him to be who he was. And if he is, I'm happy for him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's too much to expect him to be that dude that made that one-handed catch against my Cowboys that they call the greatest catch in NFL history, but they still lost. But you know what I mean? I think that's a lot to expect from him, but
that's that one.
Wishing him well. That's all. I just wish him well.
Yeah. Of course, we wish him well. I want him to be who he was. But I'm saying for people, I don't like when people like expect him to be that way and he's not. And it's just like, man, the dude is washed. Like for me, that's why I'm like, when people were saying, oh, he's back, I'm like, he's not back to what he was, man. He was a number 1 receiver. You know what I mean? Cooper Kupp is the number 1 receiver for the Rams. So to say he's back, you know what I mean? Odell used to command a double team. Now teams think they could single team, guard him with one man, but he could beat man-to-man coverage, which is what he was about to tear the Bengals' ass up had he not got hurt. You know what I mean? They going man-to-man. He's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? They weren't talented enough to do that. But all in all, wish the man well. You know what I mean? I think I'm hoping that he comes back and he comes back in due time. I hope he doesn't rush it because they have a team, because like I hope he doesn't try to come back by the beginning of next year, shit like that. Should come
Nah,
back like in week
mid-season.
10,
Yeah,
freaking
week
yeah,
8,
even
10. Yeah.
or even a freaking if it has to, and they're like the Rams are sitting like 11-2 or something. Keep them out, man. Still to after Thanksgiving or going into the playoffs, something. Don't rush them in.
So here's the thing too, though, right? It's like, is it the same injury or is it the same leg but in a different?
Same leg, man.
So,
Same leg, same injury.
did he rehash it or is it like up a little bit or whatever the case is? You know what I
Same
mean?
spot,
If it's
Same thing.
yeah, if
same
it's
exact injury, same exact injury as the one before.
a good look, man. Like you said, I wish the best for him, but usually when it's the same spot, man, it means that it didn't take as well as they hoped, man. And
Yeah.
that's problematic, man.
Exactly. I mean, the thing he has going for him is he's 29, man. You know what I'm saying? He's still in his prime. So he got action. You know what I mean? I think he needs to get that, stop bullshitting, go to Germany like Kobe did, go get that double wrap, and he might be all right, man.
So he didn't get that when he got it looked at this time.
I don't know, man. He might have got an American style. You need to go where the Germans a little higher in technology. You know what I'm saying?
Basketball is hard on you, and Kobe made a nice comeback, man.
Exactly. So we wish Odell well, Next up, we're gonna move right along. We talked a little bit about it, and you heard some of the guys say a little something about the MVP. And I think we all feel the same way about the MVP, who won it, who should have won it, and all that. Shanny, you kind of alluded to it a little earlier. Why don't you go more into depth of who you think should have won it and why?
I mean, look, what they say, offense fill the seats, defense win the game. You know what I mean? And if the defense didn't keep them in the game, and in particularly one man putting pressure, 7 sacks on Burrows, 2 of them coming from Donald, right? And then one of them coming from both of them actually coming from clutch times.
Von Miller.
And why not though? You know what I mean? Because you didn't hit it, get a pick 6 or whatever, man. That defense kept him in the game, but it was led by Donald. And the pivotal point, when he pushed something out of bounds, man, I don't think it was excessive. I don't think it was enough for all of the Bengals to get on him, but I do think it fired him up. You know what I mean? And that man did what he did. And all I heard in the postseason was like, man, that's the best athlete, blah, blah, blah. And it just didn't match up. How is he labeled the best athlete in the game today, but he doesn't have the MVP? So
he's labeled the best player in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. I will agree with that.
Absolutely. Look, man, he was coming. And I think on the last sack, man, he just bulldozed the little lineman and shit and took him down with one hand, bro. He was like, "You're not stopping me. This game's over." That's some physicality for your ass, man. And not to recognize that. It's one thing to pat him on the back, but look, all we've been hearing all year long is the Rams defense led by Donald. The Rams defense led by Donald. You know what I mean? So why didn't he get the MVP?
Okay, I got you. I like that one. Ready, Mike? Sound like you wanted to chime in kind of quick on that.
Well, you know why he didn't get that MVP, man. They always give it to the offensive players because it looks more, flashy, because it's more, he got the touchdown when the game was on the line. And he did get 2 touchdowns, don't get me wrong. But if I was picking the MVP, I'm giving it to Aaron Donald, not because Aaron Donald is an Afro-American, because Aaron Donald was just absolutely the best player on that field, period. That game. He was the best player on that field. He made the plays when he needed to make them. He made it like he said, he made it a one-handed tackle to stop him for a loss, to get them down to 4th and 1 on P. Ryan, who got the ball. He just willed his way. He just bulldozed over the offensive lineman to get that. That was just pure. That's what you call pure will. He imposed his will on the Cincinnati Bengals offense and his defensive partners followed him. They were following him like Moses. You know what I'm saying? And he was parting of Joe Burrow's Red Sea. He was on his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that sometimes they need to change the rules about who's the MVP and don't try to give it to the stylish points. Give it to the one who was down in them trenches where it was dirty at. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He was getting it out the mud. We know it ain't mud there, ain't nobody artificial turf there now. That's why Odell's knee tore up. But I just think that, yeah, they need to do something about that next time. If he in the Super Bowl next year and he do that again, he better win that MVP. I mean, he's undersized if you really think about for him being a D tackle, being on that front line. Was he about 285? But look how he's about 6 feet, right?
Yeah, just a tree trunk.
That dude is built like a stump, like Stump Mitchell. I mean, roll Stump Gregory.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
He just is a big
running back for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. He just is built like a god, though. I mean, you look at that dude, Arnold. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Now, anyway, Aaron Donald is built like a damn god.
Yes, yes.
So, but anyway, he's Debo. He was punking, taking bicycles and chains on Sunday. That's all I gotta say. He was taking 40 ounces.
Hey, man, I'm gonna let you go last on this one, young architect. I'm gonna read something off to y'all. I only know 2 wide receivers that won MVP Super Bowl, and one
we know who I know who that is.
One had 8 catches for 92 yards. The other one had 11 catches for 215 yards.
That must have been Jerry.
It's Jerry. And guess what? When they pick one player to do the dang, hey, I'm going to Disneyland, they used to always give it to the MVP. But when Jerry did that, they did not let Jerry do that commercial, man. They didn't let Jerry go to Mickey Mouse Land, man. I think they let Steve Young go.
I remember.
But, I think Cooper Kupp, he got that MVP based off of the season he had. Because there's no way in hell, if you watch that Super Bowl, that you think he's the most valuable player. They gave you some eye candy. That last drive, Stafford was like, I have no other receiver. I'm going to force it into him. And if he catches it, cool. If he doesn't, I'm going down with my guy. And I give him credit for that, but he did not have an outstanding game. Aaron Donald controlled the game. He controlled the line of scrimmage. He made Joe Burrow throw the ball in less than 2.4 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And they still sacked him 7 times. But besides his 2 sacks, which one was that push out of bounds? Burrow technically lost a yard, so they gave him a sack on that.
Oh, yeah, shoved that fool almost into the damn stand.
That's what I'm saying. That was not a gentle push. That man, if somebody is 6 feet, 280 pounds, and they give you that shove, and, me being a football player before, when I saw him push him, I was like, that was a nice little motherfucker. Don't you ever run outside that pocket push. And that's why the Bengals line came out and protected their quarterback, as they should. That's what you do when your quarterback gets pushed like that out of bounds, because they saw the optics of what he did, but it did fire Donald up, because you can see him. He was just like, oh, you want to play games, huh? Let me show you. Yeah. That's what, if you guys remember that Hard Knocks, I forget when the Rams scrimmaged somebody. I forget who it was. They were scrimmaging somebody, and on the opposite team, like one of the players was like telling the rookie, like, look, you leave dude alone right there. He's like, that dude is not like the rest of us. He's different. So don't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about Aaron Donald. Now, me personally, bruh, I watched the games and everything. I always thought Khalil Mack was a little better, but according to all the NFL players and personnel and everybody, they're like, Aaron Donald is better by far. So I'm missing something there. But in this game, all I got to say is 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. That man made both plays on both of those downs, and that was what won the game. And that's what MVPs do. So for me, that man was the MVP hands down and wasn't even close. You know, young architect, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I agree as well as far as Aaron Donald being the MVP, man. Again, Cooper Kupp.
Real quick, G, I stand corrected. My man, George Kennard is in the chat. He said 3 wide receivers won the MVP. Desmond Howard. I forgot about him with Green Bay.
Then
Green
the
Bay.
Raiders gave him a contract
Desmond.
right after that.
Yes.
What's it called? Yeah, no, I agree. I think Aaron Donald should have won MVP, man. Don't get me wrong. Cooper Kupp, hell of a season. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a season. If y'all wanted to give him MVP, y'all should have gave him regular season MVP, if anything. You know what I'm saying? But as far as being a factor in the Super Bowl, outside of that last drive, he was kind of you can tell that offense, as much as they were going, they were feeding off of Aaron Donald and what he was doing as far as dominating, you know what I'm saying, that Bengals offensive line. Pops, we was watching the game together. We saw anytime they had Aaron Donald single teamed, which should never happen, what was he doing? He was pushing them back like they was children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At points they was they was so down bad so bad they was triple teaming Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? At this point, man, Aaron Donald, he solidified the fact that as far as a defensive player in this generation, he's that one. You know what I'm saying? Man, been in the league 8 years, been a Pro Bowler each year. You know what I'm saying? 7-time All-Pro.
All-Pro 7 times. Shit.
All-Pro 7. He's been selected to the Pro Bowl since his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 3 defensive players of the year. And then he capped it off. Shit. Granted. And me and my friends was joking about this earlier and right after the game. Eli, they should have gave the MVP to Eli Apple. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because shit.
They should have gave him some fresh burnt toast.
You know what I'm saying? Something. But nah, Aaron Donald, man, they wanted to keep it pretty and give it to Cooper Kupp because he had the triple crown and it would look good as far as, you know what I'm saying, them being that offense they're the last ones to score and blah, 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 whatever. But because shit, T. Higgins had what? I think T. Higgins had 4 receptions for 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and on the losing team, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think, they had to give it to someone. They had to give it to someone who was how do I say, TV friendly, I guess.
Well, Chase had 5 receptions for 89 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But even still, like, what's it called? I think shit. Because when you talk about defense, even Von Miller got a Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the?
Yeah,
if you
that's
can give
what
it
I'm
to
saying.
Von
How
Miller,
did he didn't get it?
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I just think Aaron Donald should have got it. He got robbed. But hey, congratulations to the Rams. Shit, he got his ring.
But here's the thing, though, if Kupp was carrying him, he would have did it early on, right? They couldn't throw the deep ball with Kupp. You know what I mean? Like they had to do that little West Coast style offense in the 4th quarter and then make it happen. When they was trying to go deep with them, early in the 3rd quarter, he missed I think he missed like 2 passes and whatnot, man. I don't know if it was Stafford or him, but I don't really think he carried the team. So, I agree with you, Young G. I would agree with all y'all. I don't think he carried the team to a victory. I think he was just there at the right time.
Yeah. And nobody, it was surprising when Higgins caught a deep ball because nobody was going deep. Both defenses were playing not to let anyone go deep. You know what I mean? They mentioned that a couple of times during the broadcast. They're like, neither one of these teams are going to get beat deep. They're going to keep everything in front of us. That's why they was hitting those slants at the end of the game. Right. You know what I mean? But, I think Kupp got the MVP because of this. Donald did not get the MVP because of this. And that's how it is sometimes, man. Looks good, but hey, whatever.
They want the one that they gonna think that's not gonna scare somebody in the Disneyland commercial.
You know what I mean?
Aaron
'cause
Donald, a
he's-
big friendly
he's-
giant off the
I
field.
know he is,
Yeah,
but I'm
you
just
see
saying
him
that fool. But
today in
he
that
look like,
parade.
but if you
He had
look at
that
that
shirt
fool, he
off.
look like he mean
He
business.
did.
though.
That boy look like a monster.
He look like he
Boy.
mean business though. I wouldn't. I mean, he look like he mean
Look.
business.
If I was in the
Yeah.
alleyway and I saw Aaron Donald or Cooper Cup, I'm charging that Cooper Cup head first. I don't give a damn.
Ain't nobody going at the Aaron Donald.
Ain't no way in hell. Ain't
Hey,
no way in
man.
hell.
Right
I
now,
mind.
that
But
whole
you know,
sports and whatnot stuff. Sometimes cats are like, "You're not gonna punk me." I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to that black and white situation. So, like that's probably why he got it because he deserved it. But they like, "Oh nah, we still run this. We're gonna show you. Watch. Go ahead, cut."
yeah,
Man,
exactly.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Aaron Donald don't need that to justify how he ran that game. and
Yeah,
controlled
hell
that
no.
game.
Yeah,
He don't need that. He don't need it. Everybody in the
Exactly.
world
I
saw it.
mean,
All
it's
the
like
millions of people watched
yeah.
that game. No.
Exactly. It's like that thing where everybody know Marshawn should have got that ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, that was
people
pitiful.
who know, you
Mhm.
just
Well, that
know.
was pitiful. That was the most pitifulest, selfishest, stupidest thing that Pete Carroll ever did. Because Russell Wilson was the up and coming star then. Marshawn Lynch was the star right now, then and there.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't think
like
he
I
would have
said,
ran over
if you-
big ass Vince Wilfork, meat and potato head eating ass? He would have ran right over his ass.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you know, then you just know. Aaron Donald, all his teammates, they know he should have won that shit. Cooper Cup knows that Aaron Donald was a damn MVP.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh,
that's
Julian
it
Edelman
for-
won Super Bowl MVP too.
Did he?
Was it against
When they,
Atlanta?
when they played the Falcons.
Yeah,
Falcons.
he should have. Shit. That
Yeah.
catch
I bet
that
you he
made.
had numbers too. I
He
bet
had
you
numbers.
he had.
Oh, yeah, and Deion Branch.
Deion Branch he won MVP too.
But I guarantee you they all had numbers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
did.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
Julian
they-
Edelman. Yeah.
The
Cup,
so quiet as
these-
kept, Julian Edelman was a bad man though.
Yeah, he was good, man. For that system.
How we
Yeah, for
forget
that
about Hines
system,
Ward too? Damn.
But for that system, he was a bad man though.
Hey,
Hines
man.
Ward was good too. Hines Ward,
They all had
Hines-
numbers though.
They all had
Hines
numbers.
Ward
I
was
guarantee.
good.
Yeah,
for
they had
the
numbers, though,
Steelers
for sure.
system. He blocked well. He ran routes well. He caught the ball well.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Let's move on from the Super Bowl, man. We're gonna talk a little about y'all favorite quarterback, that little badass boy.
My boy Kyler.
And we're gonna talk a little bit about that cat before we get into prognosis about the teams we're gonna talk about for next year's projections and all that type of stuff. I'll leave this one off. You know what I mean? I guess people were tripping off of him, you know what I mean, sweeping his little social media clean of everything that has to do with the Cardinals. Now, I guess he's upset because he's being blamed for their downfall at the end of the season. Keep in mind, this dude is he's a young man, you know what I mean? And he's a millennial. You know what I mean? I think you cats, y'all getting y'all feelings from time to time, young architect. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are very reactionary. So he felt he was being blamed for them not achieving what they think they should have achieved. You know, they started off hot, but come on, man. The man had the cheat code. DeAndre Hopkins, man, he is the real deal. That dude, he is a true to life beast at wide receiver. So anytime you get in trouble, just like Aaron Rodgers can throw it to Devontae, you know what I mean? He could throw it to Hopkins.
Hopkins, yep. You catch
But
it.
without him there, their offense struggled. You know what I mean? And I think they expected more of Kyler, but they can't deny his talent. Like I heard Skip and Shannon say, well, Shannon Sharp, he mostly is like, he is a little man. He's that man, that little, taking that much punishment for people weighing 208. Man, Russell Wilson is not that much bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to go back down in history, come on, man, Joe Theismann is not bigger than him. Then you can take it back to Fran Tarkenton if you want to, Jim Zorn, whoever.
Arm was small.
Little Doug
Yeah.
Flutie.
You know what I'm saying? Even Doug Booty. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes are little dudes.
You didn't say Doug Booty.
Yo, Doug Booty, man.
I seen that fool. I went over there, fixed him a plate, and dropped it
Yeah,
off.
all these cats are little dudes, so his size doesn't bother me. I think he's okay. You know what I mean? And he doesn't take the huge hits from those big guys because he's quicker than everybody I named.
Yeah,
He's quicker than all those dudes. So I don't think it's that. I think, quite personally, Cliff Kingsbury is overrated as a coach. He leaves his quarterback exposed more than he should be. You know what I mean? And maybe Kyler is a little frustrated. You know what I mean? But it's a weird little quandary because Cliff Kingsbury, he's going to cater the offense towards him and towards his skill set, but at the same time, that leaves him exposed to pressure. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. I think Kyler Murray, he's going to be fine either way it goes. He's a young dude. They're saying he's being immature. Like they asked the Cardinals about him. They said he's a little immature or whatever. So what, man? He's a young dude. He'll grow. You can tell he's smart. You know what I mean? He had, I think his dad played professional sports also. You know what I mean? And he'll be fine. The thing is, let him make his little mistakes. He had basically, to me, I look at it, he's a young dude that had a temper tantrum. He swiped his little social media. He could have done worse. That dude could be out there drinking and putting cornering girls in bathrooms like Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? He could be doing different things, but he's not. The dude, he threw a temper tantrum. He ain't hurt nobody. He sweeped his freaking social media clean of his team shit. So what? Next week, if he puts it back up there, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? So I think it's what they call it, a bid to do about nothing type shit. So I think he's, you know what I mean? Architect, what do you think? You're a millennial. What do you think it is?
I think everybody blowing this out of proportion, man. As far as like all the major media sites, I think, you know what I'm saying? It's social media. People wipe shit from the socials all the time. It's not a big deal. Whether he's having issues within the organization or not, you know what I'm saying? People are going to speculate. Shit, if you look at it, if you look at his Instagram page, the thing that he did leave up, I believe he left up a picture of him at A&M or him at Oklahoma and his Pro Bowl picture. And in his Pro Bowl picture, you can clearly see on the side of his helmet, you can see the Cardinals logo. It's not like he tried to blur it out or anything like that. Yeah, he unfollowed the team. He may be a little mad, but shit. At the end of the day, I'd be mad too if I wasn't in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? If that was the expectation. You know what I mean? Granted, he probably he could have handled it better, or he could have been off and pulled a Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think you know what I'm saying. I feel like they trying to. I think because this is a little out of character for Kyler Murray. He's usually the quieter type, as far as one of the quieter players in the NFL. He might talk a little smack here and there, or something like that. But as far as him being outspoken and stuff like that, he's not really seen or viewed as such. You know what I'm saying? This is people are kind of going to the extreme because this is like the most extreme thing he's done since being in the league. You know what I mean?
You looking at the chat?
No.
Can't see it?
No, I didn't even see it.
Not to cut you off, our homeboy we grew up with, George, he stays in Texas. And he said Kyler out there, he's not well liked. They say he's all about himself and and he's not a good leader. I'm like, that's interesting. I never heard that.
Hey, shit. And especially that's coming from Texas. Shit. But didn't he have like the best record in Texas football history or something like that?
I thought he did. He probably did.
You know what I'm saying? But he might be on that Jordan type shit. If you don't like the way I win, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It worked out for Jordan. I don't know if it'll work out for Kyler, but shit.
Kyler can't beat up people in the locker room like Jordan did.
And Steve Kerr hit that man in the throat. No,
punch Steve Kerr in the eye or whatever he hit.
Black eye, yeah.
Except for Artez.
I think Kyler, man. I don't know. I think the Cardinals in general. We all saw they had once they started playing the really good teams. We saw some of the holes that they had. They definitely need a solid number 2 after DeAndre Hopkins. They definitely need to work on that O-line a little more. It's just, like you said, he's throwing a little temper tantrum right now. Shit, he's 24. You know what I'm saying? and he's the face of the franchise. You know, everybody's different as far as when they handle that pressure. And this is him just trying to, I guess, express his fucking way of like, I'm not necessarily like he's not necessarily done with the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals aren't going to get rid of him or anything
They're
like
not
that.
getting
But
rid
like,
of him.
but he's like, damn, can we do a little something more? You know what I'm saying? Instead of like maybe he expects the organization to have his back a little more or something like that. I don't know.
You go out and
But
look at offensive line.
you know, he's like, damn, like I do everything I can for this org, but hey,
So you better wrap it up, G, so we can get rid of Mike. That boy over there yawning. Man.
Hey, you know what happened? Hey, look,
Oh man.
let me tell you.
Oh.
Tell you what happened. You really want to know?
Yeah, I
Have you
want
ever
to
had
know.
cramp? I had cramp for like Charlie horse in my damn foot all damn near all night in both of them. I couldn't even bend my damn foot down. That's what we call little
Both
grade.
feet.
When you get old, young architect, you have to deal with some of these ailments sometimes.
no, I'm not. Boy, I do yoga.
I was hurting. Look, it went from there, went from the foot to the calf to the thigh. No, that's why.
See,
Okay,
that's because
so what do you think about
stretch.
what do you think about Kyler, man?
Well, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I just think that he just got rid of all this stuff. Basically, he's wanted to forget about the whole season that they had because it was a failed season. But I don't see how it could be failed. They overachieved this year. I mean, they had this soft schedule. So what do you expect? Once they got down to the playoffs, I knew that was going to happen. And the offensive line was not very good. I wouldn't say they didn't have a serviceable number 2, which is AJ Green, was fine. I just think the offensive line was really the main problem. He was on his roller skates all game against the Rams. You know, they was on his back. And I think that the coach needs to he better get that offensive line together and then put another better defensive line up there, because I don't know. I just know that if the Cardinals want to do some damage, Hopkins got to stay healthy. He just needs to start staying healthy, because that's one of the things. But Kyler Murray, I think he's fine. I think he's a good quarterback. He's a good young black quarterback that's got a lot of talent. Better than Baker Mayfield out of Oklahoma. I'm going to say that. Better than him, much better. So yes. I like Kyler Murray. I hope he do big things, and I think the only way he's gonna be able to do big things is for them to fix that line. I think he's just mad and upset because the way they got beat at the end of the season. I mean, that's understandable, but he could have just took all the social media stuff like he did. That's fine. He just wanted to separate himself from the season. He just said, I want to forget about this garbage season that we had. That if you ain't winning the Super Bowl, hey, you ain't a winner.
Yeah, and I think that also G just made a good point in the chat. It's the Cardinals right now have a chance to extend them to give them more money, and they haven't done it. So
that too.
I think that plays into it.
Well, shoot, it ain't his fault, but you can't go into it and against the Rams. That's an all-world front four. That's the best front four money can buy. Okay. Yeah. Well, come on, man. Really? Exactly. Your offensive line is mashed potatoes, and you got some Kobe beef sliding through them potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna tell me that they're not gonna kick that offensive line's ass, and your quarterback is running the whole game. So no, they better extend them, because who they gonna get in there to come in and play like he do and be able to get out that pocket and beat the 49ers? They're one of the true teams that beat the 49ers. Every year, at least once or twice.
Yeah, indeed.
So, why would you, Kingsbury, if he know what's good for him, when this draft come, Coach Kingsbury, you're listening, offensive lineman, and then get some more offensive line. I mean, that's how I feel. I like Kyler Murray. I think his future is bright.
Exactly. I think so too. What you think about that, Shan?
Man, I got a couple thoughts about this. I kind of think about it like, he's new, he's young. And then he's taking the social media, they're kind of like, oh, wait, we don't want another Antonio Brown situation, right? Not that he's gonna go crazy, but like airing it out in the motherfucking airing it out in social media and whatnot, right? Then the second thing is, look, it's kind of reminiscent to me. It's like Terrell Owens, right? Remember when he was winning and he was calling the press to his aid and whatnot, like, hey, my coach, the offensive coach ain't that good and blah, blah, blah. And then the media started looking at the routes he was running and what he was doing. And then they started turning against him. It's one of those things where it's like, look, bro, you can't take credit for winning and not take credit for losing. You know, they go hand in hand. So somebody should just sit back and be like, hey, bro, here, put these boxes on, take those panties off, man. You know, like his best response should have just ignored social media, man, because there's no middle ground in social media. It's either like or dislike. It's not a maybe. You know what I mean? And to sit back and be like, oh, I'm not about this nonsense, man. Your best response is no comment, but that's a comment in itself in today's time. You know, so for me, hey, we didn't hear nothing, but he was like posting thumbs up and good chats when they was winning. You know what I mean? So if they win the Super Bowl and he's the quarterback at the helm, is he gonna be like, it wasn't me at all. I had nothing to do with it. You know, I mean, I'm not about this nonsense. You know, so you can't, you know, all of a sudden on the tail end up where you didn't think you were gonna be, and then get the harsh criticism because people thought you was going hell. Me and Young Architect was like, man, you know, Kyler or whatever. And then we was like, damn, what's happening? You know, what's going on? You know what I mean? You got to take the credit, man, if you want to take the credit. If you want to be seen as a winner, you got to see, oh yeah, I lost this. You know what I mean? I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm going to take responsibility on, and I'm going to do my part to do better. And then people separate you from the equation. But in today's times of social media, you can't sit back and be like, I'm not about this nonsense. Don't post nothing then, bro. Don't have no account. You know what I mean? Take accountability or don't.
Yeah. I like that. You know what I mean? Don't start none, won't be none.
Exactly. Mike, yeah, I think you muted, Mike. See if I can.
Greater Mike. My radio, believe me, I like it.
I took that off or put it on. The dog was whining a little bit, so you know I have to kind of tune her out.
So they're handling business.
Yeah.
All right, next up, people, we want to get into the three teams we mostly talk about on this show. Talk a little bit about the future, what may happen with the 49ers, my Cowboys, and their Raiders. You know what I mean?
Highly
next year could be looking bright for all three teams. We don't know. We're going to start off with the 49ers. And since we have a de facto 49er fan on there, Big Shan, you tell us what you think about the 49ers future.
I know he ain't no defective.
Damn.
Maybe he choke on his drink.
You know what I'm saying? There's some gremlin dust in his eye, huh?
Put some gremlin dust in your eye, Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man, how about some gremlin dust in your eye?
That shit was hella funny, though. Green Goblin, though. They call him the Hobgoblin in the movie.
I almost did it until I was taking the drink, man. Look, you know what, man? I am not a de facto 49er fan, man. I honestly hate the organization, but I try not to come across as a hater. But ever since they did that, what they did to Ronnie Lott, Joe Montana, and Jerry Rice, who should have been franchise players, and then DeBarlo was like, oh, we got to trade him where we got the most value for him and whatnot. And then he came back around and said, players don't play with heart anymore. And it's like, bro, you brought the business to the game. And that's still what's going on with the Niners, right? I said early on this year that, you know what, they got a young defensive squad. I like the fact that they got a black defensive coordinator. However, Shanahan's not letting up things go. And I don't think they're going to go as far as they went. That being said, you know, the controversy with Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, there shouldn't have been any, because you guys sat back and paid that man $125 million to run that team. Why was there? Oh, even worse. But why was there some question, right? And now, as soon as it's over, you didn't win with him. And I get it with the salary cap. You're like, Jimmy's gone. You know what I mean? You know, we could save some money and all that type stuff. So, you know, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I do know they got some stars on their team. I do know that they have to put a better offensive plan together because I don't take anything away from Debo Samuels. Is it Samuels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't take anything away from him, but your star receiver cannot be your star running back, man. You know, that's not good football, man. Running backs are used to getting hit. Receivers ain't used to getting hit over and over like he has.
It's a good night.
They're gonna
Well,
cut
yeah.
his career. They're gonna cut that
Yes,
full
yes,
career
yes.
short though.
I know. That's some good points, young Jenny. That's a good point from like a cat who really knows the Niners well and follows them throughout the season. You know, I really like that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know I don't follow them bastards. The worst thing they did was when they did what they did to Kaepernick. And
That
that
man
was
gonna
the
turn
worst thing.
around like this. You're gonna come back like you have on all red.
Oh, he ain't gonna ever do that. If he ever do that, we through with you.
Look, I don't even have any Las Vegas Raider gear. All I got is either Oakland Raiders or Raiders. That's
Right.
Okay.
I
I
got
can
one
dig
Vegas
it.
Raider thing. That's that draft hat. That's it.
All right, Raider Mike, since you got on a 49er
Oh
colored
no,
Nike
no. This
shirt.
this just my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law bought me this shirt.
Say, why don't you tell us next what you think
Oh,
about the
boy.
Niners' future prospects?
Audacity.
No, I ain't talking about nothing about the 49ers. So
Oh, you pass?
I pass about them, man. I ain't got nothing to
Okay,
say about
all
them.
right.
I mean, that's
Young
my team.
architect.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta stick to my
I
guns.
thought you just said you passed, man.
Yeah, I'll stick to my guns.
Young architect, what do you think about the Niners' future prospects?
That's the only one here who has the sense enough to talk about every football team. I guess I'll take the reins.
Hey,
I'll talk about the Cowboys.
They up next. They on deck.
No, what's it called? I think the Niners, they're a few missing pieces away too. They definitely need a running back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple of
About
DBs.
Mostert.
Moster,
They got
Moster can
Mostert.
stay healthy. Yeah, but if Moster can
He's not
stay
healthy. That's
or
what I said.
Elijah-
Nah,
that Elijah
See,
boy. is
look,
good
you ain't
too.
let me finish my point. Let me fit it. When I'm
All right.
talking.
Go, man, go.
Look, all right, no. So biggest thing Niners need for sure, they need a running back. They need health. They need good health. Everybody on the team is always hurt. You know what I'm saying? Even Jimmy G was hurt. Man's hands was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Get Debo some more help. Brandon Ayuk needs to step up. You know what I'm saying? George Kittle needs more help. You know what I'm saying? You can't, those two can't do it all offensively. As far as quarterback controversy, shit, at this point, if you're not gonna get rid of Jimmy G, man, and you really want to give Trey Lance a chance, throw him in the damn fire. You know what I'm saying? See what Trey Lance does. You know what I'm saying? You see other quarterbacks get put through the ringer. You saw what happened to Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence. Granted, they got their ass kicked all season, but shit, at least they got the experience. If you really don't want Jimmy G that bad, get rid of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as that, the Niners overall, they're not a bad team. They need to get healthy. They need a couple of pieces. That's it. That's all I got to say about it.
All right. Well, contrary to what you just said, I can speak on all teams, very subjectively or excuse me, objectively myself. And I say with the Niners, if they solidify the quarterback position, man, we're all going to be some upset people because
they get Aaron Rodgers or somebody. Shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because they have pretty
They
much
got-
the people. Wide receiver, they ain't got shit. You know what I mean? They got Juwan Jennings is maybe a free agent or whatever.
He
He
was
is
pretty
coming
good
along.
though.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's coming along at the end of the year. That dude could be pretty good with a good quarterback. And of course, Debo. If they keep on, man, I feel sorry for Debo Samuels, man. You know what I mean? To me, he is like the big black buck that the slave master just rides until he's just like, I got him. And as long as I got him, boy, I can pick 300 pounds of cotton a day type. I mean, Debo bails them out of so much. You know what I mean? It's just like, we got this. We could run with Debo. You know what I mean? He don't even catch the ball down the field as much as he should for his talent. I mean, I've been watching Debo Samuel play since he played for South Carolina, man. He's been
Debo's a beast, dog.
He's been a beast.
So let me
You know what
say
I'm saying? But hold up, don't cut my wisdom, young brother. Lick back for a minute. Now, what I'm saying is, brother, that man is going to have like 2 more years at the top of his skill set. You know what I mean? Before they run him in the ground, they got to find some more weapons to get around him. Like Shanahan, the running game, it's going to work. Mostert, he does stay injured. Mostert is perfect for the system, but that dude cannot stay healthy. You know what I mean? The dude, he came from Purdue. He's a track star. The dude could run. You know what I'm saying? And he gives them a burst in that offense that makes them hard to deal with. You know what I mean? Me personally, as a Cowboy fan, I don't mind him not being there because if he's there and they operate optimally, you know what I'm saying, at the top of their game plan, I don't want that. But they have the pieces. Kittle at tight end, he's a beast. If they get their receiving core shored up, you know, all that, it all depends on the offense because the defense is
quarterback.
But they better draft some DBs. Their secondary is horrible.
Well,
I mean, that's
toast all up and down the field.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, everywhere. All them dudes, freaking Tart,
Tart is getting toasted.
Mosley, all those dudes, man, that is like freaking generic burnt toast, Safeway brand, Lucky's brand, whatever. Them dudes are garbage. But that D line,
Bimbo brand.
Yeah. Ain't even Bimbo bread. Bimbo got some soft
Bimbo's
bread.
a little got a name. A Bimbo been out for a minute. What do they call him that then? Select.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, because their D line is elite. That D line is, to me, as a unit, their D line is just as good or better than the Rams. It's just the same.
Yeah.
Those dudes are right there. And
I think they may have a better defensive line if you really think about it. They do.
Then you got Warner at linebacker. I mean, them dudes, defense, they're okay. The Niners' whole future depends on who their future signal caller is.
I think Trey Lance is, I think if they can't get Aaron Rodgers, they're going to have to go with Trey Lance if they want to have a chance to get to where they want to go.
I don't think Trey Lance is ready, though. I don't think he's
ready.
Ready
or not, Gregory. Ready or not.
They spent the draft pick on him.
You everything and more.
Hey, man, it's a trip. You ever see him in the game after he got the sweat and he take his helmet off? That man looked like young Frankenstein, man. I was like, I ain't never seen a dude that young with hair that thin. I'm sorry, Trey. Sorry, Trey.
Trey Young. What you mean?
I said Trey Lance. Oh,
Trey Young.
Yeah, he got some young Frankenstein hair too.
Yeah, that fool hair look like he's gonna be bailing in a little while.
Hey, all I was gonna say a minute ago was like, look, with Debo, he was dropping quite a few more passes than he should have caught. You know what I mean? And that's when they started to your point, we got this young buck, he got skills, we just got to get him the ball. So they started putting it in his hands. You know what I mean? But
I never knew he had a dropping issue.
Huh?
I never knew he had a drop in the ball issue. I mean, maybe one or two.
I think because everybody got enamored with the fact that he was moving the ball, man. You know what I mean? Like his rushing yards outweigh his receiving yards.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be. That should never be the case.
Not the wide receiver.
And then, but it was like kind of like not mid-season, a little bit before mid-season is when they just started giving him the ball, you know, on the ground. But like Ayuk and Debo, they and the other cat, I can't remember his name, but they were good for
Jennings.
Good for dropping at least 2 balls a game, and it was going back on Jimmy G, and that's why they were losing because Cats was open and
Ayuk dropped hella passes. That was the knock on him.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. So it's just like, you know, I don't know if Debo's gonna have that career. He has the skill set, you know what I mean? But if he can't catch the ball when it needs to be catched.
I don't know about that one, man. I don't think that's his issue. Ayuk was the one with the dropsies for them. You know what I mean? Samuel, I don't remember that being his issue as far as drop. I think they look at him, they look at his body type, his body build. There's not many wide receivers built like that. I think the Niners, Shanahan, his main thing is like his daddy. They run the football. You know what I'm saying? They freaking run it. They know how to run it. His daddy had like 5, 6 different running backs with 1,000-yard seasons. They know how to run the ball. I think the Niners got to a position to where they were like, you know what? We just need to win games. I don't give a fuck how we do it. All right, who's the best athlete we have? Deebo Samuel. Okay, we're gonna put him in the backfield and we're gonna run him. You know what I'm saying? I think they just got to that point, man. You know what I mean? I don't think it had nothing, zero to do with dropsies. You could be right, Shan, but I know Ayuk was the one who was dropping a lot of passes and he was taking a lot of flack for that. So I
Why
think they
we
look at Deebo like
why
he's
we talking about the
durable.
49ers so long like we like them so much?
I know, man. Let's move on, man. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Let's move on to a team of importance. How about my Dallas Cowboys, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let all y'all go first on this, and then I'll wrap him up. Young architect, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about my team going forward, man?
Just keep it short. I'm gonna keep it sweet. Fire Mike McCarthy, hire Sean Payton. There goes your Super Bowl.
Hey, I'll smoke a bag of that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. That's all I got to say about it, honestly.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Short, sweet, and very smart. Raider Mike, what you think?
I agree with that too, because I think that's going to happen anyway after a year. So I think Mike McCarthy just going to be holding the clipboard and warming it up for Sean Payton to come grab it and take it out of his damn hand. Like he's gonna be like a relay race. He's gonna be like running behind that nigga. So no, Dallas, they just, I think they got all that talent. They got the talent on defense. They didn't have the best defense, but they had the most optimistic defense that would turn you over, would get pick sixes, would get fumble recovers. They did all of that without a really, Zeke went for 1,000 yards, but the offensive, they really did not run the ball enough. To me, I think that Dallas needs to get back to Dallas Cowboy football and run the football. They can throw it too, but Zach was much better when when Zeke was running for 1,600 yards. That play action was there. He was a much better quarterback. Not saying that he can't. There'll be some games where he'll be able to throw 40 times and they have to win, but I just think that all in all, Dallas underachieved this year. That was a disappointment. I just felt like they should have beat the 49ers. 49ers is a great team. It was a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I still felt that Dallas had more talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just got out coached.
Yeah.
And then you're not supposed to get out coached. And Mike McCarthy just don't have a clue. He wants to throw. The game was still, when it was close, when it was, run the ball some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that Dallas, they got a lot of pressure on them, Gregory. And they should. They're America's team, what they say. They got to have pressure on their ass.
Yeah. You want to
claim it? Pressure for Dallas Cowboys is good.
Yeah.
Because that will make them the necessary moves they need to make to get to that next level. Because I don't see the Giants beating Dallas next year. I don't see the Washington Redskins overtaking them.
It's still y'all division.
1 year. It's still y'all division
Yeah.
to win. And I just think that's all Dallas need to do. They need to just get a healthy offensive line and run the football and throw it. He can throw it 30 times a game. He ain't a game manager, but shit, if it's working, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You ain't got to fix it. Mike McCarthy trying to find ways to fix shit. You messing stuff up. Just let it be the way the Dallas Cowboys traditionally are supposed to be. That's it.
Okay. Big Shan, what you guys say about that, man?
I agree with the coaching aspect, but I remember we had a conversation during one of our shows where it was just like, look, man, you trying to make something happen that's not happening, man. And to me, I think that's a coach's call. I get it if you're the highest paid player, highest paid player, you're gonna play. You know what I mean? But if you're not winning this game and somebody else is, hey, I'm gonna move to that cat, and then we're gonna start looking at your contract. Because Pollard was outperforming Zeke this season. You know what I mean? And then something that I seen happening on both against the Niners and both against our team, the Raiders that beat y'all, was I don't know what it was, but when you apply pressure, for some reason,
Got
Dak
that 2-year-old in you, huh?
no, Dak didn't get in his rhythm. You know what I mean? And then once you kind of take him out of his rhythm, like in the second half, he usually comes alive. But if he's not on point in that second half and has like a score ahead of you or whatever, it's an issue. You know, and I used to say, hey, maybe it's the line, I don't know. But when teams figure that out, you know, then all of a sudden you have issues. So to me, it goes back to the coaching. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broken, you got to address it, man. You know, hey, I don't want to sit back and pay somebody $100 to paint my house and he painted the wrong color. Then I'm like,
I
bro,
paint your house the wrong color if you try to give me $100 to paint a house.
yeah,
You know, more money than that shit.
if that's what we agreed on. If you're not taking that money, like, hey,
Hell no, I wouldn't be taking it.
it's gonna cost me $1,000. Okay, cool. I'll give you $1,000, and then you paint my house with pink polka dots. I'm not gonna let you paint my whole house pink polka dots. I'm gonna be like, bro, this ain't what we talked about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna move on to somebody that's gonna get the job done. You know, like to me, I think they should have been running Pollard a little more. You know, I think they should have stopped trying to force Zach to get in the rhythm. I mean, Dak to get him. He wasn't. You know what I mean? Huh? Dak, he wasn't getting in the rhythm. You know what I mean? And that kind of made them lose more games than they needed to lose. And then when Dak wasn't getting in the rhythm, they was like, oh, well, Zeke here, take the ball. But when Pollard got the ball, Pollard was getting more yards.
Pollard.
Pollard, whatever, you know.
And it was like,
Damn, you
when
call nigga pallet jack?
when Pollard got the ball.
You know what I mean? But
When
anyway,
Pollard Jack got the ball.
Hey, Paul, move them pallets.
but my thought is it goes back to the coaching, you know, and it's a new era of football. It's like, man, we paying the man to play, he's gonna play, you know, and it's just like, but you're getting paid to win, coach. And that's what we've seen with the Niners. Shanahan was like, hey, Devo, you're running the ball better than you are receiving the ball. So you're going to run the ball. I don't give a shit if you get banged up. You know what I mean? We're going to put you in the back to put me in a better position so I don't have to worry about losing my job.
Right, that's what it was. He was under fire. That's what the coaches do. They're under fire. But Zeke was playing on one leg, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
Ezekiel Elliott was playing on one leg. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Exactly. Let me tie this up with a bow. Look, my squad. Let me break this down for you cats, man. Look, we retained who we need to retain. We retained our offensive coordinator. We retained the defensive coordinator. Both positive. Basically, we have 3 head coaches coaching our team, which means we have no head coaches coaching our team, which is not going to be good going into next year. You know what I mean? Optimally, the offense should be on point. The defense should get better because we got Michael Parsons too. The head coach, our head coach is our weakest link, but he should damn near be on cruise control with everything we have. You know what I mean? We need to re-sign Randy Gregory, you know what I mean? Because that dude, you know, he's off of the whatever the hell he was on, and he's having great year. You know what I mean? He proved why the Cowboys stuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And then at safety, we have a lot of free agents. I hope we re-sign Curse. And then I also want to re-sign Case. I think that'll be good for our safety because with Cowboys, our safety position has always been an issue for us. If we re-sign those 2, then we'll be cool. And you know, we got Diggs at corner, so we'll be cool. And secondary is always like a weak link for us.
Oh, Anthony Toastum Brown.
You know what I mean? If we keep those dudes, we'll be straight. And then as far as linebacker, I don't want to re-sign freaking Van Der Esch. You know, we could be done with him. I mean, I'm cool. He did his thing, but he stays injury prone. If he wants to re-sign for less money, that's cool. I'll take him. Not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But the big thing, man, Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Amari. He's going to have to take a pay cut, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he costing us 22 against the cap. there's a way they can restructure his contract that can save us 12.5. We do that, then we re-sign Gallup too. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep Gallup. He tore, I don't know if Gallup.
Always come to us.
All Jerry got to do.
No. I don't want Gallup going to the Raiders. And my man G just made a comment. He said, take Hooker over Casey. I like Casey. I'll take Hooker too. Either one of those two. I'll take either one, but we need to shore up safety position. But overall, we need to draft O-line. We need to, I think Zeke will be all right next year. He needs just another year just to heal up. Like Mike said, he was playing on one leg. We could all see that shit.
You could see it. He didn't
You know
have
what I'm
that burst and that explosion. That's not him.
Not have that burst. So overall, we're gonna come back with a nice core. Like you guys said, we're gonna run through the fucking excuse my language. We're gonna run through the NFC East. We're gonna make the playoffs. We'll be all right. But we need Jerry to stay out of our business, man. But it's hard because Jerry like to be in the business. He like to be the forefront. Jerry Jones is Al Davis Jr. You know what I mean? He learned from Al. Al gave him the game, but he gave Al the game on how to make money. Because the Raiders, Jerry Jones is the first one in the NFL to get like major corporate sponsorship. Like when he got American Express and all that stuff for the Cowboys, Al was like, hey, Jerry, how you do that? And Jerry, it's like, oh, they exchange game with each other. The Raiders was the second team to do that because Jerry and Al is like this. So we need Jerry to stay out of business. It won't happen. I don't know.
Hell no, that fool ain't gonna stay out. It's like telling his kid to stay out of the cookie jar. You just make some fresh cookies and put them on the stove, nigga.
Exactly.
Why you go upstairs and say, hey, don't touch them cookies.
Exactly.
You won't notice.
Overall, man, I think my team, we're gonna be all right, man. We ain't winning no Super Bowl again next year because Mike McCarthy is our head coach. There's no way he can't backdoor us into it. And you could timestamp this right now. I'm saying it. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But I just don't see us doing it without like a Sean Payton or man, Quinn. They talk about Quinn as a head coach. Man, I'd rather have Payton. You give me Sean Payton as a head coach, I'm thinking I'm going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's
the reason why I doubt Quinn. You know why? Let me tell you why I doubt Quinn. Because he should have took control of that Atlanta New England game and pounded them in that fourth quarter with Devontae Freeman when he was running. That's just like Marshawn Lynch. Like, see, I don't want to give him the ball. Just should have kept giving him the ball. They would have won that game.
Now Shanahan, though.
But remember, he's the head. No, but Quinn was the head coach. You're the head person in charge, though.
Yeah. You need to tell Shanahan to run the ball.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. He should have went and said, run this mother.
Hey, I'm with you. That's enough on my boys, man. Because I know y'all gonna just really go in on this.
Oh no, I ain't gonna go all in. It's not even too much to talk about. Greg.
Look, I'll go first because mine's gonna be very short and sweet. And I may be contradictory to everything you guys got to say because I know I don't look into it as in depth as my comrades. But for me, we're going to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, what they need to do next year so they could be in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, whatever. Look, this is how I see it. You guys got a new coach. You know what I mean? Josh McDaniel from the Patriots. He doesn't get the advantage of being able to record teams anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to do some real coaching. And when he went to Denver and he did some real coaching, his record was, let me see. Let me check my stats. He was 11-17 as a head coach. Belichick's proteges don't do well, but I have Listen. I'm not talking bad about you guys. I think he's actually going to do well for the Raiders. I think this is you know how Belichick, he was at Cleveland, he had his little bad stint or whatever, then he went to the Patriots, he turned it around. I think McDaniels, he went to Broncos, he learned how to do it the wrong way. I think he's going to the Raiders. I think he's going to turn you guys around. Now, you guys got a lot of ingredients to make a nice meal. You know what I'm saying? You guys got a great defense. I like the defense. I don't like your secondary, but I like your D line. Linebackers are solid. So you cool there. Draft some DBs. I think you guys be fine.
Well, I think
Offensively, you need a number one receiver. You know what I mean? You need a one. Hunter Renfro is like a A+ number 2 receiver. You know what I'm saying? You need you a superstar.
Devontae.
Unfortunately for you, the thing I think that's hurting you the
Man, finna
most,
say DC 400.
that you guys like the most, Derek Carr is not the answer. I think free agency, man, look, this is just me speaking, whatever. If you guys got Deshaun Watson, you're going to the Super Bowl, man. That's it. I'm not bullshitting you, man. I'm telling you, you need to get on every Raider website. You need to freaking email the owner. You need to do what you need to do to get that man. That dude is sitting there and everybody is just, look, this is what they say, you know what I mean? You guys sugar-free fans, you know what I'm saying? Out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? This dude was the number 1 quarterback last year. Number 1. You know what I'm saying? He is better than Tom Brady. He was better than freaking Patrick Mahomes. This dude is a bad man. You get him to your team going to the Super Bowl because you have a running back that's very serviceable. He can do his thing if he can keep his Peter Packard in his freaking draws because he's having like 6 babies by freaking 5 chicks.
What's that got to do with him playing on the field?
Look, it all matters, G. You know what I'm saying? It all matters. That's all I'm saying. But that's all I'm going to say is if you guys get that dude, you're going to be fine. But I hear Josh McDaniel loves freaking Derek Carr. So guess what? You're going to go face Justin Herbert, and he's going to get the ball with a minute 25 left in the game. He's going to come down, kick a field goal, and beat you guys.
You had a chance to do that this game.
Then you're going to go to Kansas City. You're going to face Patrick Mahomes. He's going to go down, kick a field goal, beat you guys. Then you're going to face freaking Aaron Rodgers playing for the Broncos.
Oh, we're going
to do the same thing. You want a quarterback that's going to freaking put you in that same category. And Derek Carr is just not that dude. I mean, I've seen too many times where he just take that little 3-step drop and try back shoulder to the freaking wide receiver and the shit is over his head. Come on, man. How many times do you want to see fucking Jeepers Creepers and know that that dude is going to freaking hop on one leg and kill the black dude freaking every single time in the movie, man? You know the outcome already. You know what I mean? I know I'm going long on this, but it just frustrates me that a quarterback this great is out there and nobody is really tripping off getting them. You know what I mean?
And he got them legal problems. I ain't heard nothing about them lately, but they want
the
3
reason
first-round draft picks.
And look,
I ain't giving up 3 first-round draft picks.
You can make it happen, man. I'll tell you what. How many first-round draft picks the Rams give up to get Stafford?
What they give up 2?
2, right?
Yeah.
Stafford and Deshaun Watson, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. I think you guys, if you got him, you're in the mix, man. If you don't get him, you're going to be singing the praises of, God dang it, we almost did it. You know, hey, young architect, what you think about your team, man?
I'm going to say this, man. I think contrary to your belief of like, even though, because I'm watching that Deshaun Watson trade because I know the Raiders aren't going to do it.
Contradicting your father?
Absolutely.
Hey, that's why I love you, man. That's why I love you. In this instance only. I want you to be a free thinker.
Nobody's gonna make a move on Deshaun Watson until they figure out what's going on with his legal problems. Deshaun Watson, guaranteed, he's a winner. He's a bona fide winner. But I've also seen, you know what I'm saying, as much as I've seen Derek Carr disappoint in those fourth quarters, I've seen him come back in those fourth quarters as well. You know what I'm saying? All but without having a solid number 1. You know what I'm saying? Like when he had Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree, you've seen there's countless times when he had put out that fourth quarter drive, that game winning drive where he hit Michael Crabtree for the game winning touchdown. He did that multiple times. Why? Because he had a solid number one. So even though you got to think, without him having Darren Waller, everything else going on this year, and somehow, some way, we still made it to the playoffs. In that overtime game, you know what I'm saying? They was doing their thing. Granted, they probably would have ended in a tie had the Chargers not fucked up and called that timeout. We don't know. We'll never know at this point.
Yeah.
But then, you know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side, you see on the when we played the Bengals, first game of the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? He threw that interception to lose the game when it very much we could have won that. Very easy, very winnable game. It's a very hit or miss, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, saying that the cards that he's been dealt, not having that number one, losing his deep threat, all that blah, 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 the injuries throughout the team, you know what I'm saying? He's still the one thing that's been constant. Each year, he's gotten better over these past 3-4 years. Completion percentage, yards, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He's gotten better. So having a coach, because even with John Gruden there was always the question is, does John Gruden want Derek Carr? Fucking Josh McDaniels came in and said, I like Derek Carr. There was even a report that said that he wanted the Patriots to trade for Derek Carr. For your head coach to have that much faith in you, I think that's going to boost his confidence that much more, and he plays at a higher level. He elevates. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders, granted, like you said, they do need some DBs. Our defensive line is good. Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue, this is a solid 1-2 punch off the edges. You know what I'm saying? We need, like you said, maybe we do pick up a Devontae. If not, hopefully there's a receiver in this draft we can pick up. Maybe there's another receiver. Chris Ole or
from whatever.
Ohio State. Yeah, bro, from Ohio State.
Olave.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Either way it goes, we need a solid number one receiver, first off. We need to solidify the right side of our offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get another tight end that can be comparable to Darren Waller. You know what I'm saying? Just in case he goes down again, something like that. Get another. I say get two more receivers, solidify the right side. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll be good, especially in the AFC West when a lot of our constituents, I would say, they're all high scoring offenses. You look at the Chargers, high scoring. Where Herbert launching that mug. The Chiefs, we all know about the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? That I think we're not that far. We're not as far off as people think we are. Yeah, they might say, "Oh, this year was a fluke," and I've heard that from a couple of people.
How's that a fluke?
But realistically, the Raiders aren't a bad team. They're just missing a few pieces. They're the Raiders, man. You never know. And I think with McDaniels really buying into our quarterback, which he really hasn't had since Jack Del Rio, you know what I'm saying? Even though Jack Del Rio was a defensive coach, he believed in Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once your quarterback has that coach that really believes in him, sky's the limit. And I think that'll show this year.
All right. I won't say, I necessarily agree with you. You know what I mean? But I will
brought up some good
accept
points.
what you're saying. I mean, you made some excellent points. Sometimes, you know what I mean, you could listen to a lawyer litigate and be like, God dang, he did real good. But I think he's a little off there. But he did great though. You did great, man. But Derek Carr's not the answer, and I don't give a damn who his coach is, and we're going to move forward to Shani. What do you think, man?
Like I said, man, I believe you got to work with what you got. You know what I mean? The Cat's first time in the playoffs, he broke his ankle. You know what I mean? Came back from the
fibula, broke his damn fibula,
leg, whatever. He was out of the game. You know what I mean?
I was out there.
Without the semantics and shit. But, for me, looking at this year, man, he didn't quit. You know what I mean? Damn, man. Like we started off the year in overtime against Lamar Jackson, bro, and won that game. That's a high boost. And then we led the percentage for comeback wins and had the highest, I think, in overtime situations of wins. And then let's look at our line, man. Leatherwood was killing us, man. You know what I mean? They like, oh, he's a rookie. We don't know where to put him, whatever. Who's protecting your quarterback? You got to play to your strengths. He's not necessarily a scrambling quarterback, but he can make some moves. He's not going to take the ball and run on you and whatnot. But then if he's only got 2 targets to throw to, and then one of them's injured, and then, all the defense is keying in on the other one, what are you going to do? Ruggs was coming along. We had Ruggs. I think it was Evans. And then we had Winthrow and what's his name? The other tight end, and what the tight end, our main tight end.
Austin Moreau?
Yeah. At one point in time, you never had all of them on the field at the same time. When you did, we were spectacular. You know what I mean? Our defense kept us in the game, except for our DBs, who's 25. I don't remember his name right now, but he's a hitter.
That's the safety. That's Merrick.
Merrick played every single snap this season.
Merrick was the safety. He just don't have good hands. He just got stone hands.
He's a hitter, but he goes for the hits. Anytime, he doesn't go for the smart play, he's got to make the hit. So it's a win or lose situation. I'm not going to sit back. Don't get me wrong, man. We talked about this all season long. Love to have Deshaun Watson. Really would. Is it going to happen? Nah. You know what I mean? So for me.
How do you know? Why do you say nah? How do you know?
One, he still has to work with his legal situation and whatnot.
That's going to get fixed. He's playing next year for some team. So why not the Raiders?
But look at the Texans, bro. They've been playing bullshit all year long.
He's playing for. What I'm saying is he's playing for somebody next year. That's 100%. So why not? Why are the Raiders ruled out as one of those teams?
This is all I'm saying is it's like if he comes, great. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't, look, I'm okay with what I have, man. But I'm gonna address the issues that I think are the issues that need to be addressed. I don't think Derek Carr is the bomb all be all quarterback, not at all. But I think we can win with him, and we have won with him. Now we've been in 2 playoffs.
You have?
Yeah, we've been in 2 playoff situations.
You won those games?
Hey,
I'm just asking.
Now we haven't, but we went first.
Okay, thank you.
We went first.
If that's the case, Dak ain't no better than Derek. If we're being realistic, then.
Hey, I already told you guys. If I could get Deshaun Watson instead of Dak Prescott, I'll take it. But that's just me.
But do you have some insider information that guarantees that we get Deshaun Watson?
No. You know what I mean? I don't have no inside information saying nobody's going to get him. And I will not have that. I'm just saying if the possibility exists to where you can, why not? No, I don't understand how if you're the Portland Trailblazers, you say, I will take Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. They paid for that for fucking 20 years.
No, what I'm saying is
they sure did.
We got Derek Carr there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that we're going to get Deshaun Watson. So if I'm a coach, I'm addressing the issues that I need to address to help Derek Carr win. Part of that is our offensive line. Part of that is, to your point, get him a number 1. You know what I mean? We had some young up and comings. I think Gruden did a job, you know what I mean? But they were immature, and now we're in the situation that we're in. You know what I mean? But so it's just you got to deal with what you have, not necessarily what you want, because if you don't deal with what you have, you're gonna miss so many years of what I should have, could have did. Because say Deshaun Watson does become available for us and whatnot. Who's to say that dumbass Allen? Well, I mean Mark Watson. Huh?
Who?
Mark Davis. Who's to say that he's going to make that happen? You know, he's not the same. He's not as shrewd as his dad was. You know what I mean? Like he can move some components around and whatnot. Like let's be honest, all those moves that were made to get rid of Khalil Mack, you know, Cooper, King, you know, all those that was Gruden. You know what I mean? Like Al Davis said that his son doesn't have the aptitude that he has when it comes to football. You know what I mean? And he needs to hire somebody that has that love and passion that his dad has. Maybe they found it, maybe they have.
And that's what he's been doing, though. His son is not making any of these moves. You realize that, right?
I know, but that's when I look, I agree. But he's like, that sounds good to me. Let's go with that. That sounds good to me. Let's go with that. And this is where we are. Like the only thing that I know is that we don't have with Derek Carr, we have somebody that's not a quitter. You know what I mean? Now, is the team totally built around the quarterback like it should be? Not necessarily. So why would you continue that legacy? And we get Deshaun Watson. So we might get Deshaun Watson. So why don't we you know, get this cat and get this cat? You're probably gonna get Watson. You play with what you have, man. You know, look, we got Derek Carr, Leatherwood. You get your shit together, or you out of here. We got to get him a number one. We need to get him some better blocking. Like, this man don't quit. So I'm not saying I wouldn't take Deshaun. All I'm saying is it's like until it happens, I'm working with what we got right now. And if what I got right now is good enough, if we get Deshaun Watson, it's going to be that even better because he's going to be able to work with what this man been able to do with the half-ass line, no number one, you know, a sorry secondary. So with Deshaun Watson come in there, we should be in the Super Bowl with what we went into the playoffs this year. With Deshaun Watson coming in there, we should be able to win, period, point blank.
All right. And thank you for saying that because that's exactly what I said already. Now, we're going to move on to Raider Mike. You going to bring us home on this?
Yeah, we're gonna bring it home. We're gonna go home on this whole situation because I think that a quarterback and the coaches have to have good relationships. And I see that this is gonna be a good relationship. Derek Carr ain't gonna feel like he can't take chances or make mistakes because when Gruden was there, honestly, he was kissing Gruden's ass. He was playing not to make mistakes while he was playing for Gruden. And then, you know, I think that affected him in his play until when Gruden left. Did you see how many chances he started taking after that, throwing at football? Even with no number one, even with Waller out, even with a serviceable, well, we know Renfro did his thing. You know, it hurt us when we lost Kenyon Drake, which was the third down back who can catch that ball out the backfield like a wide receiver. That hurt us. Then the Ruggs. Waller hurt, the offensive line being shitty on the right-hand side, you know what I'm saying? And for all of that, he was the glue that kept that team together no matter what was going on. And I have to give him credit for that because if it wasn't for him, because the ship could have just sunk. The captain could have went down with the ship, which is the quarterback, but he chose to go down. He chose to help that, you know, keep that ship afloat versus letting everybody on that ship drown. And that's good leadership skills that I gotta say, you know, that's why the Raiders did make 10-7. It was an overachieving year. I can absolutely admit that, you know, it was. But this year won't be an overachieving year. This will be the year where they need to do what they need to do, and that needs to get that offensive line fixed, get some cornerbacks. I mean, Casey Hayward played, he balled. Now the other ones, Facyson played okay, pretty good in spurts. But other than that, Travion Mullins is a good cornerback. Got to stay healthy, bottom line. But we need to create competition at the cornerback position. We need to create competition at the offensive line position. And like you said, yeah, it would be nice to have Deshaun Watson in the real world. He would take us to the Super Bowl. Everybody know that. But the thing is, Gregory, and I'm going to tell you this, it's not going to happen. Like you said, Flash, you want my spot, Flash? Ain't going to get it. And that's what I'm telling you right there. He ain't stealing Flash's spot. That's what I'm calling Derek Carr now. He's Flash.
Hey, man.
So we
I'm
could
glad,
talk
I'm
about
glad
Derek
somebody
Carr.
said it. Shit,
You know what I'm
just say
saying?
it. Shit.
It's the truth. I'm just telling you. I'm
Yeah.
a Derek Carr supporter. Don't get me wrong. But shoot, yeah, in the back of my mind, shit, everybody say, oh, did Sean Watson coming? Shit. Okay, well, shit, we've been off his bandwagon real quick. But the reality is that Derek Carr is a good quarterback. He fits the offense. Like I said, he's a leader. He's a very good leader of that team. What he did, I don't think very many quarterbacks could do. After you lose your number one receiver, you lose you lost your tight end for a significant amount of time, and then Drake, you lost Drake, you lost a whole bunch of stuff. Your offensive line was lost. Shit on the right side didn't even exist. Shit, Leatherwood played better at guard, run blocking. He did, and he played pretty solid at guard. He was not a good tackle, but that doesn't mean that he can't get good. You remember Colton Miller, his first year, he got his ass kicked. You remember that? Colton Miller is the most solidest offensive lineman we got. Now, you can't say you go through a game watching Colton Miller, you don't even hear shit about the, excuse my French, about the other defensive end on that other side, do you? You don't hear nothing. You hear crickets over there. Remember, he played lousy the first year. I talked about him. He was so bad. But Gruden believed in him. See, that's all it takes is belief, Gregory. Derek Carr get everybody believing they can win. Josh McDaniels get Derek Carr believing, Gregory, that he can do it. He can fly. He can walk on that damn water and not get wet. You know what I'm saying?
Walk on that water and not get
underwater.
wet.
You're like Ice Cube said, I can walk underwater and not get wet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it. All I'm saying is this, Greg. Derek Carr gives us the best chance to win, not Mariota. I know we got Mariota too, but I do.
Well, he's a free agent. He might be somewhere else.
So he's gonna be somewhere else. So he out the picture now. This is Derek Carr's team. This is Derek Carr's show. This is Derek Carr's chance. With Josh McDaniels, a great offensive mind, and two great offensive minds will think alike. Will make a great recipe for a championship. Get them defense right, Greg. We get that defense right. I'm just telling you, we got Josh Jacobs, we got the running. We just have to have that offensive line right. If our offensive line was like 2 years ago, offensive line, guess what? We might have probably been still playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm just saying, Greg. I know you're not a Derek Carr lover. I know you're not. I bought the man's jersey. That's how raw the boy was in 2016. He had us jumping out our damn seats. And I got to have faith in him just for that, because that 2016 season, he could do no wrong. And you got to admit it, Greg. They had that fool on the Sports Illustrated, the ESPN magazine with the big white towel around his neck. I said, that nigga didn't arrive. That motherfucker has arrived. Billy broke his leg. When he broke his leg, and it was like you could hear cotton balls dropping in the Coliseum, I was in my seat. I was so mad. Yeah. That was the only thing, Greg, that everybody talked about. Well, he got happy feet because of that. Happy feet is gone now. Josh McDaniels is coming here with the Jedi. He coming in with that Jedi mind trip. Don't worry about your legs getting broke. Don't worry about your ankle getting broke. Just throw the rock.
Hey, man.
I told you to. That's all I got to say.
Y'all say, Derek Carr, he's a great leader and all that. That's true. I've seen him. I've seen the whole Christian talk and all that, right? You know what I mean? But
he does it his way, Gregory.
Have you ever heard of General Cornwallis?
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I'm just asking. You heard of that cat, right?
Hey,
he's a great general. He's great.
So is the Hitler. Hitler's a great leader.
That's like saying Hitler was great. Shit, come on, Greg. I know you don't like the man.
Hey, YouTube, y'all remember
credit. Give him some
Big
credit.
Shan and Raider Mike talked about Hitler, not me. But anyway,
not me. I ain't talking about Hitler.
That wasn't me. Don't take it back now.
Hey, Greg. Well, don't put that on me. You didn't hear me say Hitler. I didn't say Hitler. I was just saying.
You said he was a great leader.
I didn't say he's a great leader. I said that's not a leader. No, I didn't say he's a great leader. I said that's not a leader. I did not say that.
The difference.
Clarify that, Gregory. I did not say that. I said he.
Hey, man. Can we
that's a nut.
No, I'll take it because a great leader.
I know you take it.
Hitler was a nut. Did they call him a conqueror? Hey, look, Greg, Hitler was a conqueror. Like they said, you could kill a couple of people. They called you.
Could sweat the masses think like
You
he is.
kill 1,000,000 people, they call you a conqueror.
Yeah,
Check
was
this out, man. Before you decide to usurp and dominate what I'm
But
about to
right.
say,
No,
I'm
not
talking
deep cover,
about
but not
you
deep
guys
cover,
said
but
Derek
I'm
Carr
talking about. What's
is
the
a
name of
great
that movie?
leader. I'm like,
He
that's
is.
cool. He is a great leader. All right, so is Jim Jones when he told
Nah,
everybody to
he
drink
was leading
Kool-Aid.
everybody to that Kool-Aid. He
You know what I'm
wasn't no
saying?
leader.
He is a great
Leading
leader.
everybody to that great
You know?
cherry Kool-Aid. That ain't no leader.
General Cornwallis was a great leader, but he lost at Yorktown. So the thing with me is, you could tell me Derek Carr is a great leader. He may be, but will he lead you to the promised land? That's the whole thing.
Gregory, with
That's
offensive
it.
line and with a deep, with some corners, yes.
Here's the difference, though, right, bruh? Like Cornwallis is a good thing.
All right, tell me about Cornwallis then.
Well, no,
Oh my God.
he had good.
Okay, we ain't on here talking about him, man. Let's just stick to what this thing about what our team is gonna do. And that's really bottom line. It was still my show floor. So let me stay on the floor while I'm on the floor while I have a little time. But I want to get off the floor because we got to all do what we need to do tonight. But me and Shan and young architect, we all Raider fans, we all in. So Gregory, we know you Cub Scout, you're out, but that's okay. But it's okay. But it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay to agree to disagree, but Greg, you got to agree to disagree with us. That's all
I know. But look, this is the thing I love. I love riling up the Raider cage, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
I know you do. You do it on purpose. So I already know you do it on purpose.
Y'all are so into your thing.
Greg,
But
hold on. All those years of Greg of just getting the jaws of victory snatched from us in so many games. Do you know how bad that felt? I had a bottle of Malox in the car coming from a Raider game.
I know, man. But look, we damn near approaching 2 hours. It's been great.
Yeah, we got. That's what I'm saying. We can close it up.
Talking to my comrades, man. But finally, I just want to say we wanted to get into Byron Allen, trying to buy the Broncos or whatever. But you know what? I think going into what we're going to do next Sunday, not this upcoming Sunday, but the following, we can get into that too. We can get in more in depth and we could, kind of get into that.
Yeah.
But
we need more black.
We want to let the people know that next Wednesday, there will not be a show because there's no more football season. We're transitioning from football fan talk to sports fan talk. And that's going to be every Sunday at 8:00. We're going to give a wrap up for the whole week in sports. We're going to, from Sunday to Sunday, there's a lot going on in football, baseball, basketball. You got the USFL season coming.
That's about to come.
We got basketball all-star, then the second half of the season where it gets serious. Then we got March Madness coming. We got baseball coming. And we're going to have some great topics coming up. We're going to get into everything. And it's going to be more than sports. It's going to be social commentary. We're going to get into everything. So the conversation is going to get deep. We're going to expand the subscriptions, memberships, everything, and going into that, it's going to be great. I'm going to let the guys wrap it up and then I'll close it out. So go ahead, do what you guys need to do, man.
All right. It's your boy Raider Mike signing off, and we'll see you on Sunday at 8:00.
Hey, it's Big Shan, man. It's been a nice football fan talk season, man. Thank you guys for our first endeavor, and hope you guys sign in for our Sunday sports fan talk coming up.
Yeah, man, it's your boy, the Young Architect. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this season, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all excited to see more of us, more of these great conversations, and we may go a little bit more in depth. I'll catch y'all on Sunday.
Yes, indeed. So, for all the crew, man, remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. 6 degrees of separation. We're going to get into it more in depth. And we're going to, coming up on the Sundays, we're going to be covering so much more. The conversation is going to get so much deeper, and I think the people will enjoy it a little more. So with that being said, love you guys all. Thanks for joining in. Love, peace, soul grease, and all that. I'm Big G signing out. Peace. 2 fingers.
Cheeto